Hi, my name is Jason Daniels. I'm a general contractor. Today I'm going to show you how to design and build a garden box to start your own organic gardens. It's something that I've been doing for a while in my own yard, and I have a client who has asked me to build her a couple, and it's pretty simple. So I wanted to basically do a how-to video. So this is how it goes. So here's the plan. We have 4 walls. We're going to use 2x12s for these 4 walls. So 2x12. That gives us the depth we need in order to fill in for dirt and make it thick enough for plants to grow. These are going to be 3 feet long, and these are going to be 12 feet long. Now, for your area, you should design this how it's going to fit in your yard, not how I'm making the sizes for my customer. We're actually building 2 boxes for her that are 3 feet and then one that is 1.5 feet. I like to add in corner supports, 4x4 blocks, to give extra stability at the corner. A lot of people will just go ahead and either screw or bolt through at the joint of the 2x12s. I don't think that adds enough stability, so I add these blocks so that I can run my bolts into these blocks. So we have 4 blocks. These blocks you can go ahead and bury in the ground if you like. You can leave them freestanding so that you can pick your box up and move it wherever you like. I like to add 2 more supports, and depending upon the width that you use, like I said, mine's going to be 12 feet long. I'm going to add 2 supports at 4 feet and 8 feet. Now these I'm going to make out of either 2x4s or 2x6s. It's pretty much whatever lumber I have around or what I order. But since you're going to be going to Home Depot and making these, let's go through a lumber list real quick. You have 2 2x12s, 2 2x12 by your length. You have 2 additional 2x12s. And if you're going to only make 1 box, you may only need 1 8-footer, because then you can fit it in. If you're making additional boxes, figure out what's the best length to buy them in. They come in 8, 10, 12, 14, and 16 depending on the lumber stores you go to. You're going to need 1 4x4 by 8 for the supports here, and you're going to need 1 2x6 by 8 for your supports there. Now this will build you the box that I'm getting ready to make. Now you're also going to want to get a couple other things at Home Depot. You're going to need 2 1/4 by 1/4 galvanized, I'm going to put GLV, galvanized bolts. A lot of people ask why I use bolts as opposed to screws or nails. I don't like nails because they pull out. I don't like screws because I don't think they provide enough support for the amount of pressure that's going to be going on the inside of this box, pushing out with all that soil and water and things that are going to be coming out. And then you're also going to want to get 1/4-inch galvanized washers. For 1 box, you're probably going to need about 35 of each. So 35 bolts, 35 washers, and then you can put it together. So that's the basic plan of how the box is going to look. Once we have that, we go to Home Depot and we can start our job. So this is basically what we're building. I've already finished this one, and when I got done with it I had the idea of filming it so I could show other people. But this is the finished product. As you can see, we have bolts in here. I have lined the inside of it with a waterproofing material, and it's got the center supports, and you can't see the 4x4s, but you can down at the other end. 4x4s are in there. and it's all loaded up, ready to go to the homeowner. We have a 4x4. I have pre-cut two 2x12s at 3 feet. Yeah, they are 3 feet. I have my pencil, tape measure, and I have also pre-cut a 2x6 that I'm going to use as a center support. So the question is how do we go about building this? The first thing I like to do is prep for my holes. These are going to be put together with these lag bolts. They're 2.5 by 1/4 inch lags, galvanized with a hot dipped galvanized washer. Just prevents rusting, any problems with water, anything like that. These things generally don't rot. So I like to pre-drill for all my lag bolt holes. What I'm going to be using to pre-drill it is a 3/8 drill bit. So let me show you where I'm going to drill. What we're going to do is, this is the end piece. The 4x4 is going to be mounting right at the end here, and then at the other end over here. So the 4x4 is going to be mounted here, which means I need my bolts to come up toward the center of the 4x4. So what I like to do is I like to measure over about 2 inches. So I make a mark at the bottom, make a mark at the top. Use anything you have to draw a straight line. Now remember, I said my 2x4 or my 4x4 was only going to be 10 inches long. So that's going to come up to here. I'm going to pre-drill at 2 inches from the bottom. This is being the bottom. At 5 1/4 and 8 1/2. It gives me a nice pattern. Now, the nice thing is I can go ahead and I can mark all of those. Then I come back and just put a little hole. If you don't have a high-tech drill or a high-powered drill, I'm sure you can find somebody who you can borrow one from. Other than that, do it by hand. Okay, so we've cut our end posts, or our end boards. We have our support posts. We have these. We've pre-drilled all of our spots where our bolts are going to go. Now we need to put the bolts in. So what I'm going to do in order to kind of make this a little bit easier is, because I kind of need a table. It's a little easier to put pressure down than it is to put pressure up. I'm going to take this one. I'm going to use this bottom one as just a kind of a table for the minute. And I'm going to get this set up right where I want it. Okay, so it is exactly where I want it. I'm going to get my drill again. I'm going to just pre-drill down into my boards. I can also do the same thing over at this side while I'm at it. Now this ensures that as I lag the bolt in, it goes right where I want it. And keeps everything nice and straight on the edges. Okay. 6 bolts, 6 washers. Washer goes on bolt, bolt goes in hole. I mean, seems pretty basic, and it is. You can use different size bolts, longer, shorter. I wouldn't go much shorter because this gives about 1 inch to 1 1/4 of grip into the wood. Longer, you can go up as far as 3 inches. Much longer than that, I don't see any point. This is just a box, so I don't see much point in going much thicker than a 1/4 inch bolt. We're not holding major amounts of weight, we're just holding this thing together, and the pressure So I'll come back once all the bolts are in and show you where we are.